Hi, Christine Howard here, founder presenter number 709 with Unique. And today I want to talk to you about sunscreen. Now there is a whole lot of information in this video. I tried it and it took way too long to make if I gave you everything. So to make it simple, I'm just going to give you some of the highlights. And then if you check out down below, I'm going to give you a link to my blog where I posted everything. Okay, so one of the first things to know is the difference between UVA and UVB rays. UVB are the cancer-causing ones, and UVA are the ones that cause premature aging. Sunscreen just puts a light film on our skin and protects us from the UVB rays. If you want a broad spectrum, and that's what the bottles will say, you're going to get a sunblock, and that's going to protect you against UVA and UVB rays. SPF, sun protection factor. Now, people think that the higher the number, the more that protection you're getting from the sun, and that's true to an extent. If you look at what the amount of rays that you block with an SPF of 2 is 50%. SPF of 100 is 99%. Well, that sounds great the higher the number you go, until you see that 30% blocks 97% of the rays. So my personal suggestion is stick with an SPF of 30, because the higher your SPF, generally, the higher price you're going to pay. And we're talking between a 2% increase to go from 30 to 100 SPF. Now, in my blog, I do give you a link to a nonprofit organization that gives you a lot of information about the various ingredients inside sunscreen so that you can decide for yourself if there's something you're allergic to or something that you want to avoid for various reasons, because every brand is different and every year they come out with new versions, so I'm not even going to go there. I will say that a couple things to avoid are sunscreens that include mosquito repellent, because DEET actually, which is a great mosquito repellent, reduces the effectiveness, the SPF in your sunscreen. So realize if you buy one that's mixed, or you put on sunscreen and mix it with your mosquito spray, your SPF is going to go down, just to be so you're aware. Now, the other things to avoid are retinol, vitamin A, and the last one I always have to look at how to say, it's called retinol palmitate. Now, all three of those things are fine for your skin, and you use them to heal your skin, but they again reduce the effectiveness of blocking those UVB rays. So any products that you use, anything that's good for your skin to help reduce fine lines and anti-aging and all that, all those products should be going on your skin after you've washed your face and are going to bed for the night. This gives it a clean palette to soak into, to absorb into, and doing its work where it's not having to worry about anything else. And in the morning, you wash your face again, then you apply a sunscreen designed to be used around the face, and then you don't have one fighting the other. You get the benefits of the anti-aging, and you're getting the SPF that you need for the day. Now, some other things to know is that if you get a gel, that sweats off really easy. So if you're someone that likes to go out running during the summer, don't use the gel, because you're sweating it all off and you're not going to be getting your sun protection. Do not use sunscreen that is over a year old, because you start to lose the effectiveness of how it works. Now, if you bought, say, a 30 and it's a year old, use that for your everyday when you're just driving around in the car and you're not out in the sun a lot, because you've probably got about an SPF of 50 now. But when you're going out in the sun, get a brand new bottle. Now, here's the big thing. If you do this, you're going to find that you're not having a lot left over at the end of the summer. See my hand? See how big that is? It's the size of my cheek. That's how big it is. So this big of an area, that is how much sunscreen you need to be applying to your whole body. I know personally, I don't. Oh, I got a little bit on, it's good. No, we need to be slathering that stuff on. If you only put on 20% of what you should be, what you're doing is you're only getting 20% of the protection that you could be getting. An SPF doesn't just tell you how much of the UV rays it's blocking, it tells you how long it's good for. If, let's say, you get a 30, you add a 0 onto the end, so 300 minutes is how long it's good for. Conditional on the fact that you've stayed out of the water, you're not sweating, you're not rubbing it off, you get 300 minutes. Truth is, if you're out in the sun a lot, you're probably getting in the water, sweating, and rubbing it off. So keep that in mind. Now, also, when you're getting in the water, water resistant means it's good up to 40 minutes in the water. Waterproof means it's good up to 80 minutes in the water. And on my blog, I gave you some information about how legally what is required in order for sunscreens to be labeled as such. But that's the important thing to remember. 40 is for water resistant, 80 is waterproof. So if you're out surfing for 4 hours, you need to be reapplying. You get out of the water, towel off, you need to be reapplying. Okay? Let's see, what else have I forgotten off my list? Oh, PABAs. That is a word you often see in your sunscreen. Now, PABAs only protect against the UVB. Okay, so if you're worried about UVA, which is the aging, PABAs isn't going to be enough. Let's see. Don't forget your lip balm. A lip balm should have an SPF of 15 because lips can burn. And if you've ever come out of the summer sun and they're dry and cracked, you need to be using sunscreen on them. So let's see, I think that's about all I'm going to cover in the video. Like I said, there's a lot more information. I gave you a lot more numbers explaining things, and I gave you a couple links as well. And so if you follow the link below, that's going to send you to my blog for beautyandblessings.com at wordpress.com, and just read it. It's really simple. And the nice thing is it's there. You can go back and you can refer to it later. You don't have to remember all of it. So my beauties, take care of your skin. Make sure if you've ever been sunburned severely, and I personally have when I was younger, I was burnt so bad my entire face was one giant blister. It was horrible. And if something like that has ever happened to you, whatever part of the body it's happened on, make sure that you are checking it. And if you can't check it, find someone you know who can check it on a regular basis, because the sooner inconsistencies in our skin is caught, the less damage that it has a chance to do to our bodies. And skin cancer is not something to mess with. If you've ever known someone that's had skin cancer, you know it is serious. So please take care of yourself this summer. Take care of your kids. Teach them habits that are going to make it last a lifetime. I know my mother never put sunscreen on. Didn't make us really put sunscreen on hardly ever. And my kids have learned different habits. And the more we do it, the more our kids see us doing it, the more they're going to do it. It's just going to be natural. And that's a good thing, right? All right, my beauties, you have a great day. Enjoy the lovely weather that we're having. And I shall see you soon. Bye.